Yoga, Bombomti, Chini Tanchu, Mungong.
Warning, warning, trigger warning. If you easily triggerable, run. Don't walk. Don't pass go. You ain't getting no $200. But look, let me tell you, this one gonna be triggering just right at the beginning. Man, this man is heartbroken, and he about to do that. Oh man, it just. I mean, if you got any bit of empathy in you, you just gonna feel bad. So I just wanted to get that warning, and of course, because this is a Letecia Stauch case anyway. So yeah, Gannon's case can be triggering just in general. It is a sad one. So yeah, be warned, be ready. This is my part number 2.
What is your relationship with Letecia Stauch?
That's my sister.
Pretty tough for you being here right now?
Yes, sir.
Hang in there, all right?
Why, Tisha?
Mr. Lowry, do you need a moment?
Take a break for a moment.
Why'd you come out here?
We come out here to help support Tisha because we felt like she was being wrongly accused for something that we believe she would never do.
And so I'm sorry, go ahead.
We also wanted to come out here and help look for him. We did.
Go ahead and take a deep breath, all right? You let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
If you have not already watched part 1 of this video, please go back and watch it. I will put the iCard somewhere, but it probably won't line up with this moment here. This is Dakota on the stand, finishing up talking about yesterday and going into today, which is part 2 of Letecia Stauch's, I don't know, run. Her attempt to elude justice. I don't know what you want to say. They running from these charges, and they ain't gonna get far, but we're gonna see how far they get in.
See him on your way down?
Yeah, when we was looking for him.
And so would this be a shopping center kind of on the north side of town next to a Marshall's department store?
Yeah, there was a Marshall's there.
Let me ask you this. Did the defendant, Tisha, tell you why they were at the Marshall store?
She didn't tell us why. Not that I can remember.
Did she tell you whether or not she had an interaction with some police officers?
Yes, sir.
So what did she tell you happened prior to you getting there?
That the laws had thrown her down and detained her.
Say anything about Harley?
Yes, Harley said also Harley.
That upset you?
Yes, it did.
So where did you go after you went to this Marshall's parking lot area to pick them up?
We ain't got a hotel.
And do you remember the name of the hotel?
No.
Does the Extended Suites sound familiar?
Yeah, Extended Suites.
So what happened when you got to the Extended Suites?
That was when they was discussing wanting to get their stuff back, like get their belongings.
And who was discussing that?
Tisha.
Once you picked up the defendant and her daughter Harley, who was kind of calling the shots as to what you were going to do and where you're going to go and things like that?
I don't really know.
Well,
I'm type like I said, I'm the type of person like just stand in the corner and wait until they just. I know at one point she tried to go to the police station and get her pocketbook and stuff like that.
Tell the jury about that. Where exactly did she go? And you probably don't know Colorado Springs very well, I would imagine, right?
Mm.
So did she tell you she's going to the police department, and did you actually go to the police
Yeah,
department?
we went to the police department.
And did she go in to try to get her belongings back that was taken
Yeah,
in
she
evidence?
did.
You know whether or not she got those
But
items?
I can't remember.
So am I to speculate that because he doesn't remember, and now granted, I've only looked at this one timeline, but since it's neither confirmed or denied if she picked up anything, is the police unaware too? Like, did they not update their records? Did she have more than one purse that they had, like, in their possession, and they can't remember if they gave her one versus the other? I'm just a little confused about that little bit of a tidbit. I am shocked at how much they wholeheartedly, I don't want to say believed her, but believed in her, for the fact of they didn't catch her with him before she got out of the state. I really am shocked at that fact, because it looks to me that they had faith enough in her that they were tracking her but not actually watching her. I don't know. I think if they would have even interacted with her while Dakota was around, they may have been able to get like if you envision that scene when Darrell Brooks was in that guy's house and he saw the police and he told him go outside, and when the neighbor was like, "Is that who y'all looking for?" and the guy who put him out was like, "I don't know, maybe this is him." I think it would have been like I don't know, but maybe you should check that bag. Like, I understand Dakota was on the defensive then, but I think he might have had a breakdown moment and gave something away to just like, no, I'm the one who got this van. I'm gonna give you permission to search it, but start with that bag. Like, I think if they would have did a little bit something extra, a little bit, they might, I don't know. So she was doing good. I mean, she was doing good. The fact that she getting away, I mean, right now, oh my God, it's so bad to say she was doing good, but she was doing good. So let's continue.
So where do you go from the police department?
I think that's when we went to their house to get their clothes and stuff.
So this would have been January 31st now, 2020,
I believe so.
the next morning.
That that Friday.
So what happens when you get to her house?
We just started loading up the clothes and stuff that's coming out of the house.
Were there police officers there?
Yes, sir.
What were the police officers doing?
They was checking everything we brought out,
How were they checking it?
like looking in the bags and I guess just making sure there wasn't nothing that they weren't supposed to be there.
And how did you feel about being at the residence that morning?
Just aggravated.
And why were you aggravated?
Because I felt like we was getting looked at as criminals.
Is that because they were looking at your sister as a criminal?
You know, they was looking at our whole family. It wasn't just her.
And so what kind of things did you guys get out of the house? Do you remember?
Suitcases and clothes, that's all I can remember.
Was it all the Harley's clothes and all of your sister's clothes?
Yes, sir.
What was the game plan? I mean, where were you going to put these clothes?
They got their dogs too.
What was the plan on where you were going to go with all the clothes and things? You know?
But I know when she got it, she was ready to leave. She was ready to leave.
And did she tell you where she was ready to leave to?
I thought it was South Carolina.
And is that where she moved out to Colorado from, is South Carolina?
I don't think that's where she moved out to Colorado from.
Well, did she live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for a while?
Yes, sir.
Is that where she was planning on going back to?
That's what I thought.
Is that what she told you?
That's what I can remember.
So how long did it take to load up all her and Harley's things into this cargo van?
I can't remember, over an hour, I guess.
Do you remember whether or not your sister had an interview with a news reporter?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she did.
Tell the jury about that. How'd that come about?
I don't know how that happened. I just know she just had an interview with him.
So she does an interview with a news reporter. What do you do after that?
I just know we left. I don't remember where we went.
Did you eventually go back to the
We went
hotel?
back, yeah.
Did you remember about what time of day it was?
No.
Go back to the hotel room, and what do you do when you get back to the hotel room?
I know we mentioned something about wanting to go look for him. Because me and my mama, we wanted to go help look for him.
Tell us about that conversation.
Well, we wanted to go. She said she would get up with Albert, find out like when they're going to go out and look for him again or whatever. But we wanted to go, but at the same time, we kind of didn't because we didn't feel like we was getting treated right down here.
Is that because of what happened at the house earlier?
Yeah.
When you first got to Colorado, did you have conversations with your sister about, hey, we got to go out and look for Gannon. We got to go search for him?
We asked if they had any idea where he was at and stuff. I mean, that's about all we asked her.
And did you all ever go search for Gannon?
No, we didn't.
Did she ever say, hey, we got to go look for Gannon?
I mean, she told us that we could. That's all she told us. Like she said, we'd get up with Al and talk to him about it.
She never did. When you get back to the hotel room back on January 31st of 2020, did the defendant leave you all and go somewhere by herself?
Yes.
Overruled.
Did she tell you where she was going?
Go get some dog food for their dogs.
Do you know what vehicle she took?
The Nissan.
The Ultima?
Yes, sir.
And how long was she gone?
A while.
Hour?
I can't remember that. I just know she was gone longer than what I expected.
Was it 2 hours?
I don't know.
You remember sitting around the hotel room wondering where she's at and when she's getting back, that kind of thing?
Well, I did get on the phone with my wife, and I did tell my wife I feel like she's just been gone too long. But
Say that.
because she was gone for a long time, like I can't remember how long she was gone, but I didn't expect her to take that long. But then a part of me was like, well, maybe she's just trying to take her a minute by herself. So
Did anyone try to call her and say, hey, where are you? What's going on here?
no, not that I can remember.
Does she eventually come back?
Yeah.
Tell us about that. What happens when she gets back?
I don't know. She came back and she was normal to me.
Did she have any dog food or any items for the dogs?
She had some. She came back with some stuff, like she bought something, but I can't remember.
So earlier you had mentioned that she wanted to go back to South Carolina. What was the plan with the cargo van? Was she going to take the cargo van that Brenda Awkward rented to go back to South Carolina?
I don't know if she was going to take that one because Aunt Brenda wouldn't. I doubt Aunt Brenda was going to let her. I believe Aunt Brenda told her she had to get another van.
And so the next morning, we're now on February 1st, 2020. Did you help her get a new van?
So at this point, we are aware that Aunt Brenda ain't get her money by being no dummy. Aunt Brenda was bold. I really should go back and listen to them calls. I think they got calls. I think I listened to one maybe between her and Aunt Brenda. I don't know. I'm telling you, my mind be fuzzy, and I can't remember. I watch so much shit when these trials be going on. And Brenda was like, hell no, you're not taking nothing in my name out of this state, out of my supervision. Come on, let's get that back. Give me that back. Come on, get that. You should see me over here gesturing like y'all can see me. Like, I be acting the whole thing out. Her brother, though, I really wonder if Letecia got any attention at all growing up. It seems as if they were really the type of family, and the brother kind of was raised, and now he's that type of person where you just mind your business. You mind your business. They didn't flinch at the smallest sign of something a little scary. They just let you do what you're going to do, let you work it out. And I don't know. She needed a little bit more attention, I really feel like. And this is just proving how she kind of was raised. But I do got a question for her brother. I wonder, looking back, would he still be as bothered that the police were looking so closely at him, and as he say, I'm sorry, at her, at Letecia, and as he says, the whole family, knowing that all she did was go to the store, and he thought it was suspect enough that he had to call his wife and be like, girl, listen, I don't know what the fuck is really going on, but this bitch done left. She been gone for quite some time. The store right around the corner. These little ass dogs don't even need nothing but $1 for a bag of food. So, where the fuck you think she at? I think... well, that's allegedly, of course, made up in my imagination, because he ain't said none of that. But... all she did was go to the store, and he was worried, like, oh no, she shouldn't be gone this long. So I wonder not why he was so bothered. I wondered if, looking back, he would still be as bothered, or would he think it's appropriate and maybe they should have been looking a little closer, just a little bit closer. Like, girl, come here. I need to hold your hand. Where we going?
Yes, sir.
Tell the jury about that. What did you and your sister do to get a new van?
We went and drove to the budget place. We got another van, and we got the van. We unloaded all the stuff from out of the van into the other van.
I don't know. I just feel like I'm a lame person. I don't know nothing about nothing. But I feel like at this point, that looks suspect. So she wasn't under like surveillance. I think this would have been the moment that they'd have been like, oh no, we got probable cause to search again because we see some extra suitcases and this look a little suspect. So we just got checked, and if everything check out, then you good to go. Like, y'all didn't have cause to mind my business. So let's read what happened. February 1st, 2020. Al turns his truck, a Nissan Frontier, over to investigators. Investigators process Letecia's Tiguan on this day. Dakota helps Letecia get another rental van at 8:17 a.m. and she loads items in. Dakota notices that she struggles with a very heavy suitcase, which she says she can handle as it has softball stuff in it. Letecia texts Detective Bethel from another phone and asks for her passport back. Dakota returns the first van. The Nissan Altima is returned to the airport at 4:06 p.m. Letecia takes the second van. Letecia buys a new cell phone at a Walmart in Troy, Colorado. The van travels from Colorado to Texas from noon to 10 p.m. Oh, she was hitting it. It was an 8-hour shift. She clocked in.
So was that in the early morning hours?
I believe so.
Do you know about what time it was? Is that the first thing you did on February 1st?
I can't remember.
So when you get to the budget area, did you know that you were going to transfer things from one van to another when you got there?
Yeah.
So did you talk about that on the way to the budget rental van?
Yeah.
So talk to the jury about that. How did you guys go about doing that, moving the items from one van to another?
We just went around like to the side of the budget place, and we just backed the vans up, and just swapped them out.
During that process, did you see the defendant with a rather large suitcase?
Yes, sir. I seen her with a lot of suitcases. Well, there was a lot of suitcases on there.
Was there one that kind of stood out to you?
Yes, sir.
Tell the jury about that. Why did it stand out to you?
Because it looked like she was struggling with it.
Did you offer to help her?
Yep.
What'd she say?
She didn't need help.
Did you ask her what's in the suitcase?
Yep.
What'd she say?
She told me it was softball stuff.
Why'd you ask her what's in the suitcase?
I didn't feel right about it.
At this point, this motherfucker was so fucking bold that she wasn't even trying to hide it. She literally knew that just saying don't touch was enough to protect her secrets. Like, she knew if she said don't worry about it, they were so lackadaisical, they would just give her as much of a benefit of a doubt as possible. But this is ridiculous. This is so fucking heartbreaking. And it's heartbreaking because, you know, if he would have had any inkling, like if he would have seen anything that looked red on the back, just for instance, he would have tore her ass up like he would have tore up a stranger on the road. Like, he seems like he is so genuinely just a good person that he would try to protect anybody, especially a child, with his own life, just because he wouldn't have to know him. It wouldn't have to be special circumstances. Like, I really truly feel like he was such a good person that he did it out of the kindness of his heart, along with everyone else, just to see if they could help. Now, they were helping her in their mind because she was the one who was in need, but no, I'm telling you, he was still over there with the side eye, with the cat eye, like, wait a minute now, what's in the suitcase? That shit is so, and the fact that she just don't give a fuck. Like, no, let me not even say that. Okay, yep, back to it.
What about that suitcase didn't make you feel right?
I just felt like it was too heavy for her.
You know, at this time, I'd like to publish People's Exhibit 48. It's already been admitted into evidence.
Go ahead.
You recognize that suitcase we see on the TV screen?
Yep.
How do you recognize that suitcase?
Look, it's an old suitcase. And I remember that suitcase looked old, and it's green.
Is that the suitcase you saw your sister putting into the budget van?
Yep.
Is that the suitcase you asked her about what's in it?
Yep.
Is that the suitcase you didn't feel right about?
Yep.
Is that the suitcase she told you softball equipment was in?
Yep.
Thank you.
At that point, we was ready to go home.
And did you drive Brenda Awkward's van back? And did Miss Stauch, your sister, drive the budget van?
I can't remember if we turned that van in there at that place or if we had to turn it in somewhere else. But I mean, I had to drive one of them because it was just me and her.
So do you eventually turn back? It's an enterprise van, right? Is that where you rented the van that Brenda Awkward
I
rented?
think, yeah.
Did you take that van back?
Yeah, we took it back. I think we took it back later on that day.
And did you take the Nissan Altima back to Denver to catch your flight?
Yep.
What did the defendant tell you where she was going to go?
I don't think I can remember. I don't remember. The only thing I can remember is her saying something about going back to Myrtle Beach.
And did she leave with Harley?
Yeah, her and Harley lived.
Did they leave from the hotel?
I can't remember where we split up at. I can't remember where we.
Or did your sister have to go back to the hotel to pick up Harley?
Yep. I think so.
And is that the last time you saw your sister until today?
Yep.
Man, I'm gonna be honest. I be feeling like the I don't know how you call it, the social justice system is really imbalanced. Some people who don't deserve support are given support, and some people who need support are not. I think that this is how it should go. She's done something so unexcusable that she should be shunned from normal society and locked up. Okay, so we have the locked up part done. But people don't shun her. I believe that that's why she did this trial, to get as much publicity as she can so she can still be taken care of in the manner she wants to be taken care of. Think about it. This is how you get as much exposure as possible. And anybody who sees you sitting in that courtroom looking the way you did and expose your dirtiest, darkest secrets, and they still want to reach out to you and write you letters and offer to marry you and take care of you and all that kind of stuff. Yes, that's the only way you're going to find them. That's the only way you're going to find them, is putting yourself through all of this. But besides that, I'm sorry. So again, she's doing good. She's doing good. She has surrounded herself with a crowd of people who will accept what she says at face value, no matter their gut feelings. The police, not that they fool, but they acting like fools. I don't know. That was rude. I apologize. I love the police. Don't do that. But I don't understand. I just be confused. Why didn't they follow her? They put a tracker on the car to know where the car went. And she went there. Like, she did it. But she said that he had ran away, and she was confessing her innocence, and she was like, he gonna come back home, he is fine. So I guess she deserved the benefit of the doubt. That whole innocence still proven guilty, but I'm just confused. I'm confused. So again, she did good. She's still on the run. She about to leave the whole state right in front of their eyes. She gonna wave and everything. Like, not really, but yeah. So all right, y'all, we gonna get on to day number 3.